People overuse the word freedom, off-grid, whatever. It's got nothing to do with that. Absolutely nothing to do with that. It simply gives you some options and choices. Right now, we've just come back from a trip and we were camped literally on a lake. There was nobody else on that lake because nobody else could be on that lake. And yeah, I'll just put it back where it was and I'll give it a bath. And we still have our full-size bed, we still have our fridge, we still have absolutely positively everything we need, but we don't have to be with everybody else unless we want to be. And that's it. You'll see that you can get around most things, even with the roof down. You can sleep with the roof down, use the toilet with the roof down. It could be the mosquitoes or the crocodiles. You might just not want to have to get outside, so you don't have to. To raise the roof, push button, everything can be done from the inside or the outside. That's very important. So we could be driving down the road and it closing itself up as we're on our way. And just about now, your house is fully set up. Come inside. It doesn't feel small inside at all. I mean, these things are designed for two people to travel comfortably pretty much anywhere in the world.
Just, as if you're talking to him.
Yeah, so the shower.
I think the biggest thing is that with an Earthcruiser, you don't have to move something to do something.
Now I'm in the shower. In the bathroom, more than shower, because it's complete bathroom actually.
And most people don't realize that the bathroom and shower right there. So this is how this guy closes, no big deal. Again, nothing special. All right, and we travel with our dog, as you can see. Goldie always comes with us. And so if you need to run the toilet out, so it's a cassette toilet, you don't need a dump station or anything like that. And there you go.
Just what does that mean, cassette toilet?
Okay. Cassette toilet means that it has an internal black tank. And so what you can do is take the cassette, which holds the black tank, and just empty it in a normal toilet. So you don't ever have to go to an RV park. Some people thought it was a little bit weird. Why did we put the bathroom and shower right there? But the last thing you want to do is track your muddy boots into your home. If you like to ski, we actually have a little heater there. You can warm up your ski boots. If you need to dry your clothes, running the heater, if you run a little clothesline across, you can dry your clothes fairly efficiently. But actually the biggest reason is because we've got a Labrador.
Good Goldie. Thank you for that.
And so she can come in, we can slide the screen across and she can go shake, 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 and everybody's happy. So it's a queen size bed and there's tons of storage underneath the mattress for all sorts of bits and pieces. Okay, yep. Lots of underbed storage. Where the sink is counts because it's nice to have a drink of water where you are. And the drains are at opposite corners. And the reason why we did that is because if you're off kilter one way or the other, your sinks still drain. It sounds like a small thing, but it really does count. With the roof down, if you wanted to, do you want to hit the button and drop the roof and I'll show you something. Right, so you may not be able to stand there. You'll probably be able to hit, you'll be here okay if you wanted to. All right, so you're nearly there. Done. All right. So if you wanted to sleep here, you easily can. If you want to, you can sit in those seats if you want, easily can. And this matters because if you want to just drive away and not have to get out of the vehicle.
From bed to just driving.
Exactly.
Can you sit on the bed? Or
Oh
do
yeah,
you
you can definitely
kind of,
can.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course. Plenty of room for me.
So let's say you are somewhere really bumpy and you have to leave really fast, let's say speed, and maybe things are going to move. Is that the reason why everything has secure technology?
Exactly, yeah. They're all, there's no chipboard, there's no wood screws, it's all, so you can, it's that lovely, it's shut feeling. The vehicle itself is just a little under 22 feet long. That's very important because there's different rules in different countries about the physical side of a vehicle where it can fit. It's also important because you can see that ship container behind you, 2 of them fit in that. So to load an Earthcruiser into a container takes about 20 minutes, and we can get 2 in a 45 container, no problems. All of our food, everything we need, it was full of water, everything we need except for fuel. You can't ship with fuel. Outside of that, it was ready to go. We drove it out and we'll go. We're not long back from Malaysia. We go to Malaysia for a month or 2, come back. In December, we'll stick our Earthcruiser in a container. We'll pick it up in probably Antwerp. We're going to do from Budapest to Bakal. It's a GPS rally, a GPS race through Africa.
This can go on city streets. You can go on off-road.
Pretty much fits in a normal car park. There's nothing.
It does.
This is, you don't want some great big vehicle that you can't take anywhere. What's the point of that, you know? All right, so we're pulling into somewhere in the Sahara and we decide we want to go look at elephants. And we stop over here. You'll notice that the door doesn't go further than the steps. So if you park beside a car, if you can open the door, your steps won't bump into the car. It's always details, always. Did you want some water?
Wow.
It's always purified water too.
Please. Yeah. Thank you.
What you can hear is there's a gulper that if it senses any water, it will drain it. Yeah, it's a pump, yeah. ECs, if you need them to, they can recycle water if you have to. But that's not recycle what you've got. Excellent. So stovetop runs on diesel. Air and water heater runs on diesel. Small pantry goes over here. It's all pretty basic, but there's a reason why the fridge is right where it is. On a ship, in a large ship, where's the hospital? It's typically as centered as possible because that's got the least amount of movement. The reason the fridge is where it is because it's most centered as we can get it over the wheelbase. The reason for that is I don't get shaken up beer. We thought very deeply before we did absolutely anything. This guy drops down and makes a bed. We have electrical systems under there. Under this one is our water heater. So there's all tons of storage everywhere. Dog food. So pass through into the cab. You know, it could just be the mosquitoes. You just don't want to go out and get eaten alive by the mozzies. You can jump through. Yeah, and that's the cassette toilet there. It comes out, it's all done, clean. Most of what's in an Earthcruiser comes from the high-end yacht industry. 1, it's always good quality stuff, but 2, there's already a network around the world of where you can buy it. And so you would never take this vehicle, the camper side of it, to an RV place to work on it because you just bought them a spaceship. They'd have no idea. But if you took this to a high-end yacht place, they go, oh yeah, we know all about that, not a problem. Sure, some of the windows and stuff we've got to get from the RV, but we don't look for exotic. What we look for is available in as many places as possible. This is a different model. That's actually a fixed side one. That one, they're more popular. So this is another EXP, getting close. But you know, even as you see, there's no wood screws, there's no chipboard. It's not scary what's behind the cupboard.
Is this fiberglass?
Yeah, it's exactly the same as a yacht. This is all one molded piece. Very little to go wrong. And if you think we get it right the first time, we got it right the first time, not a chance.
Quite a few years to do a prototype?
Nearly 2 years before we had something we were comfortable with. Yeah, it's a big investment in time and life. But yeah, these are our new truck campers. This has been our prototype. The finished weight of them is less than 300 kilos, including water. These campers don't require a dedicated vehicle. So what I mean by that is that we can easily take the camper off the back of the truck and you've got your car back. And we've got a separate living quarters if you like. Double latches on the steps. It's easy for me to get in with the roof up or the roof down. This is like what it's like with the roof down. So if you really wanted to, yes, you can make the bed up. That's the table which goes in this bit. It's important to realise that this has got to be a one-person operation, and we want to be able to do it from outside or from inside. So it's really not that very difficult to lift up the roof. It's just kind of that simple. And so then you can see there's a lot of space in here. The bed part's not really all that complicated. Basically, this guy slides out here, slides out, slides out, slides out, stops here, and hooks up. You know, slide the mattresses across, and away you go. It's really that simple. So here's the bed, here's the table in this position. In just a minute, we'll take it outside and we'll set it up outside. There's no rocket science involved, but no point having two tables. This one's got the Snow Peak stove because we want to be able to cook outside, and so the gas is plumbed inside and it's also plumbed outside, so we can set the table up. This part of the galley, we have the sink, drinking water, and we've got our hot cold water over here. So again, we can have an outside shower, you know, just off the beach. We can have the inside shower by putting the curtain up here. We have our fridge, more storage when this guy folds up. And if we want to close it, it's exactly the same idea. And what I'll do, I'll close it from the outside so you can see, if you wanted to, it's really not that hard. Let it shut. The reason I started Earthcruiser is I couldn't buy one, so I built one. You want to lift the roof back up for me?
Yeah. You wanted a vehicle that worked the way you wanted.
Yeah, and so I had to make one because I couldn't buy one. I had no intentions of having a company, none.
I sort of notice if the place gets really dirty, one has a feeling because of the nature of the materials that one can come with a faucet and literally clean it.
You can basically hose it out. Yeah. Yeah. No, we don't want to spend hours cleaning the thing because I'm essentially lazy and we want a nice and tidy, comfortable place to be as quickly as possible. What you need for good insulation is a thermal gap. We have another panel that goes in here which is clear. Once you have those clear windows in and you have these other ones 2/3 or fully done up, that small thermal gap makes a terrific difference when it comes to insulation. Then the material itself, there's white on the outside for your UV, black in the middle is actually a tensile. Did you see how the roof is nice and tight all the way around it? We're just getting pushed up. That's what that black middle layer does, and the outside layer, that's purely so when the lights are turned on the inside, no one would know. It's a complete blackout screen. So,
how about if people want to customize a little bit?
No, don't do it. This is what we make. If you wanted a different layout, we'd say we can't help you. Could you imagine the wiring, just the wiring loom that's in behind this to make everything work? It's very significant. And so people say, oh, can I have a different cupboard here? Well, it doesn't sound like much, but if that means that wiring loom's going to be different, that's a problem. Because we don't know exactly what's going to happen 5 years down the road. I can tell you what this is going to look like 5 years down the road. And people go, that's horrible. You know, we want to spend all this money, we want it the way we want it. So, well, make it yourself.